Come along, no more stops. We need to find our way to Solitude.
Why are we even going to a wedding at this far-flung end of the Empire, anyway?
I told you it's the wedding of Victoria Fitchie. Extremely well.
Does someone live among? Mortal fool, no one hides from the dead. Eternal slumber awaits. You can never truly stop me.
This should be good.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything.
If you need a meal or room, I've got both.
I'll send someone over.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Those little girls of yours are growing like...
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Yes, and just like weeds, they're nothing but trouble.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Oh, you frightened me, traveler. You shouldn't just greet someone unexpectedly. So my brethren used to tell me, but I feel it's warranted. I don't care if Ulfric himself bent his knee and asked me to join the cause. I'm staying inside where it's safe and warm. Was a Stormcloak. Now I'm just an ordinary shut-in, never going to leave this inn, as long as Meralki is willing to have me. Maybe I can marry his son, and then they'll let me stay here forever.
Business, but I have to ask, why are you so cruel to your little girls?
You're right. It's none of your business.
He's nice enough. Got good hair, good teeth, and the inn will be his when Meralki's gone. So I wouldn't have to pay for a better room.
Like you know about raising children.
I'm cursed. It's been with me since I was a young child. It's the only explanation for what happened at Helgen.
Thanks for the offer.
No, this was before. I'd just sworn the oath, but as one of the less talented sisters, I was tasked mostly with retrieving supplies from the city. It happened on a Morndas. I was traveling on the road west to Helgen when pearls of snow began to pelt my brow. I no sooner blinked when the snowstorm came thundering from above, except there was a piece of black crouched further down the road, a woman wearing a hooded robe, holding a small child.
They were newborn babes.
They've grown all right. Lazier and more stupid.
There's times I think you're the coldest man in Skyrim. This is your own flesh and blood you're talking about.
Indeed. I swore an oath to Ulfric Stormcloak, my brothers and sisters, but my oath to the gods came before this menial task. I called out to her. I was relieved when she stood up, but the relief was short-lived. She scurried off into the forest. It was no place for a child.
I heard you sneaking
The sun was
downstairs
dimming,
last night.
and in the winter,
You
the
trying to
night
break
is as
into my chest
fast
again,
as
son?
it is long.
I've told you to
The
leave
air
it
was
alone.
cold,
I
but
just
not the
wanted
kind
you
of
to try
cold
on
that
your own
pimples
armor
your skin.
from back when you were a soldier.
No.
I
This
thought I might
cold
be
was
old enough to
raw
wear it.
enough that
I've
you could
told
feel
you
it pass through your
times.
teeth,
I locked your
even when
chest
your
for a
mouth was
reason.
closed.
I don't want you getting a head full of ideas about adventure and glory.
I'm old enough to decide how to live my life, and I'd be honored.
As
to
I
let you-
said, no
You just
place
let
for
me.
a child.
I'm strong enough
So
to
I
handle
hurried
it.
after her. Best I could tell,
Strong,
she was headed
yes.
towards Orphan Rock,
No,
the
not
one
hard.
place every Nord child in
I'll tell you
Helgen
what.
fears.
If you can open the lock on my chest, you can have everything in it.
I'll take your challenge.
I, a Hagraven's nest, but it isn't Hagraven's that made this story. It was Nord men and women, telling tales to get their children to pray to the Nine. The story went that if you forgot to pray, Arkay would send Hagraven to snatch you from your bed. Children were told that all the witches that hunt Orphan Rock were once boys and girls like them. As a young woman grown, I've long since outlived such juvenile tales, but my hand couldn't help but reach for my weapon. Darkness set in. I bit my lip, trying to keep my focus on the woman and the child. I followed their tracks through the narrow passageway formed by the rock, but when I came out on the other side, the trail had vanished. I found myself standing in a plot of followed dirt, empty save a rock marker. I called out again to the woman, but there came no answer. Then I called out once more, and then came a reply. It was a knock, like knuckles rapping against a door, and with each knock, the noise grew louder. No, not louder, closer. I swiveled around, and in my panic I dropped my mace. It wasn't until I'd reached for it that I saw it. The snow jumping off the dirt, as if the knocking wasn't coming from behind me, but beneath. Higher and higher, until it was right under my feet. And that's when the clouds shifted, and the moonlight lit the marker in front of me. It wasn't a rock marker. It was a grave marker. I did what any sane Nord would have done. I ran. When I got back to the camp, the quartermaster demanded to know where I'd been and what had happened to the supplies. In truth, no explanation would suffice. It's just as well, because even I can't explain what was under my feet that night. Is that what it was? I'm not sure, but I wouldn't put it past me. I am cursed after all. All right then.
If you need a meal or room, thank you. Here, this is for you. Until next time. Come on in. Just stoke the fire.
How
Take
can
a
I
seat
help
and
you?
get the cold out.
About time.
Of course. Until next time.